16.
See if you can get something off of them.
It's still going to be
Well,
ours,
the county sometimes.
regardless.
Yeah, I was going to say, but it's something to pursue.
Okay, now besides posting it, you said we should contact local commercial entities, school districts, and
Fire districts.
fire districts.
Those are the three main people that are going to be affected by it.
That besides posting.
It would be I mean, you don't have to, there's nothing in the law that says it, but from just a recommendation point of view.
I think for informational, it would be
Certainly for the schools, I'd say sooner rather than later, because their bus schedules are routed out. And now, they'll go over that bridge now, I don't know, I'm assuming they do,
I'm going to guess they do.
but you should notify them.
Anybody else have any questions for John? Judith?
well, just with inconvenience of roads, you know, I call it the roller one down by Bonner, you know, the old camps, roller camp. You know, when it first was closed, I said, oh my God, what do I do? And now after all these years, you know, I managed to drive around.
Okay, anything else? Or Justice, anything else? All right, John, thank you so much for coming. Greatly appreciate your help.
There's not one more?
I don't know, were you involved with the Wurtsboro Hills?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't cost you enough money today, so.
I was going to say, I can sum this up in a nutshell and save you a few words.
Okay.
Very expensive.
There you go. We did meet with the DEC out there. There was a report done by Tom. Sure.
This is in regard to the Wurtsboro Hills Lake and looking at other viable parkland throughout the town.
Okay.
After you, sir. I apologize.
We met with New York State DEC out on the site. There was an evaluation done by Tom McHugh for the Lake Association back in 2000. He did an evaluation of the lake and the dam and basically came up with a restoration plan that was submitted to DEC. It was never finally approved, although DEC said that looking at the plan briefly, it was certainly an approvable plan. It seemed to meet all the concerns that the DEC had at their last site inspection. There was costs associated that the association got for that rehabilitation based on those plans, and we do have a cost. I think it was. Let's see if I get the actual price. I think Calmart or Caltech had given you, or had given again the homeowners at that time, the Lake Association, a cost to repair it back in 2002 of $197,791. Now, again, those prices, again, from 2002, so if conservative, let's say you bump that up to $210,000, you'd have to redo the engineering and submit that to DEC. So all in all, to replace the dam, to make it up to classification standards of a type class B dam, which is what it's rated for now, you're probably talking in the range of, let's say, $225,000 to $250,000. Now that's for the dam itself to bring it up to current state code. A quick evaluation of the site, there was also appeared to be no well that met health department standards, and the septic system would not meet health department standards. So for a viable piece of property, by replacing those two units in the dam, now you're in the range of probably a little less than $300,000. Now, the county, speaking with the DEC, whoever the current owner is right now, is responsible for the dam restoration. The county, my understanding is the county took it over for tax sale. They are responsible. And the DEC is actually surprised because they're saying most counties are not touching dams anymore. If it's not paid taxes, they leave it as is. Sullivan County did take it over, so they will be responsible for that dam. DEC is writing them a letter as the owner and basically putting them on notification. If anyone buys a dam on a tax sale, the county is required by law to provide them before they submit their application or their bid, is to tell them that they are responsible for that dam. Well, basically, it's saying if you buy this, you're buying it with the dam, and the dam has to meet current standards. The other option you have is what DEC basically said in a lot of these cases, what they're doing is breaching the dam. It's a lot cheaper. You go in there with your big backhoe and you just rip the dam out. And now it's just back to a stream underneath the road. There is no lake now associated with it, but it's a lot cheaper than $250,000.
And the county may choose to do that, then, right?
The county, they could. That's an option they have.
No, I think they're waiting on us.
They're waiting for us.
And they probably don't realize that the dam, I'm guessing because if they did, they wouldn't have taken it. They probably don't realize that they're responsible for the dam, and the dam restoration is not that much
They're
money.
going to give it back.
Now,
They can't give it back.
Alan Sorensen, I read somewhere that he was concerned about some changes in certain rules for dams.
Those-
That's going to be coming out.
They actually were, they're out, they're adopted as of August 18th, they were adopted. But the design that he had met those new criteria. It's basically, it was more basically Class 1 or Class A versus B, but there was some restoration and some modifications to those regulations, but they are adopted.
So it's out already.
Yes.
So this estimate,
This estimate that, again, was based from the 2002,
plan.
apparently, again, through a brief discussion with DEC looking at it, would meet the current regulations.
Would meet.
Would meet.
Thank you.
So, then I've spent a lot of money for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
So I guess it's up to the board whether you take it, but if you don't, the nice thing at least have, if anybody goes in there, they're responsible. DEC, it's on their list. You know, obviously they're going after the Class A dam problems first, but B is soon after. So again, this has been highlighted, so something's going to have to be done with the dam.
Are you aware of any Class A problems in Mamakating?
No. No. They actually said the other dams in and around the local lakes, they've been maintained, they've cleaned up, he was aware of no issues.
Good.
Have you ever seen a dam at Yankee Lake?
Good.
It's
That's
a
what
work
I
of
was,
art. It's beautiful.
you know, but,
If you ever get the chance to walk it, it's behind
Yeah.
where Billy Dermy used to live. It's absolutely gorgeous.
They did a nice job. Another thing is, unfortunately, there is no grant money in the state or in the stimulus package associated with dams as of right now. DEC obviously is going to be pushing for them, especially with the new regulations, but now there's no grant monies available. That's the Wurtsboro Hill, as much as information that we have so far.
all right, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions? Judith, any more questions? You got enough?
Well, I don't think you'll be
The only
invited
item I
back
have
anytime
is,
soon.
I know we have to keep an open mind because we're looking at possibly having another park, but my theory is it should still be a town, village, and Wurtsboro joint project than to look at an outer area or add on to the present town park. But we do want to keep an open mind, and that's why we allowed you to look into Wurtsboro Hills Lake.
Yeah, well, we also had to get an idea of potential costs.
Yeah, when the county offers you a piece of property for $1, you know,
Yeah,
it's
there's
great
a
idea,
reason
but-
behind it, there's
Right.
something behind it, yes.
Always a reason for a deal.
Yeah.
Dr. Justice, anything?
Appreciate your time.
John, thank you very much for coming.
All right.
Greatly appreciate it. Before you go, let me just ask you know anything about the speed limit change up in Yankee Lake?
At Yankee Lake? No.
Good. I don't want to hold you up.
It won't cost you any money, though.
John, thanks again.
John.
Okay, next item on the agenda, everybody should have in their folder a letter from the YLPA. The letter is addressed to Mike Cotton, the Regional Traffic Engineer for the New York State Region 8 DOT. This is a request for a reduction of speed limit on two roads in Yankee Lake, North Shore Drive and Smith Road. That was made to the DOT and forwarded to us. Basically what, oh, John, while you are here, this ties right into something, sorry.